1. The original V8 Vantage, 1977 to 1989, was Britain's first supercar. When the original V8 Vantage launched in 1977, it earned the nickname Britain's first supercar, for good reason. At a time when most British sports cars were underpowered, the V8 Vantage arrived with a massive 5.3L V8 producing 390 horsepower, making it the most powerful production car in Britain. The performance was staggering for its era. 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds and a top speed of 170 miles per hour, numbers that rivaled Ferraris of the time. What made the V8 Vantage special wasn't just its power, but how it delivered it, with a thunderous, muscular character completely different from Italian supercars. The engine note was raw and aggressive, perfectly matching the car's muscular styling with its flared wheel arches and twin headlight design. Unlike delicate Italian exotics, the Vantage was built like a British bulldog, tough, muscular and ready for real-world driving. This combination of brutal power and British craftsmanship created a new category of GT car that influenced all future Aston Martins. The original V8 Vantage proved Britain could build a proper supercar that didn't compromise on everyday usability, setting the template for every Vantage model that followed. 2. The modern V8 Vantage, 2005 to 2017, saved Aston Martin from bankruptcy. The 2005 V8 Vantage arrived at a critical moment when Aston Martin was struggling financially. As the brand's most affordable model, it brought in crucial sales that kept the company alive. Priced around £80,000, half the cost of a DB9, it opened Aston Martin ownership to a new generation of buyers. But this wasn't any cheap entry-level model. The V8 Vantage featured the same hand-built quality as more expensive Astons, with an all-aluminum body and a 4.3L, later 4.7L, V8 producing up to 420 horsepower. The design became an instant classic, with perfect proportions and that iconic Aston Martin grille. What really set it apart was its pure driving experience. Unlike heavier Astons, the Vantage was light and agile, with perfect 49:51 weight distribution. It quickly became the best-selling Aston Martin in history at the time, proving that sports cars could be both accessible and exclusive. The V8 Vantage didn't just save Aston Martin financially. It redefined what the brand stood for, showing they could build focused drivers' cars rather than just grand tourers. Without the success of this model, Aston Martin might not exist today. 3. The current V8 Vantage, 2018 present, shares its engine with Mercedes-AMG. In a controversial but smart move, the current V8 Vantage uses a Mercedes-AMG-sourced 4.0L twin-turbo V8 instead of an Aston Martin-developed engine. This decision brought both benefits and criticism. On the positive side, the AMG engine is a masterpiece, producing 503 horsepower in standard form, up to 535 horsepower in the F1 edition, with incredible response and a savage exhaust note. The partnership also gave Aston Martin access to Mercedes' excellent electronics and infotainment systems, solving one of their traditional weak points. However, some purists complained about losing the traditional Aston Martin engine character. Aston Martin answered these critics by expertly tuning the AMG engine to have a unique personality, more refined than in AMG models, but still thrilling when pushed. The chassis is completely Aston Martin's own work, and it shows. The handling is razor-sharp, with the shortest wheelbase of any current Aston giving it incredible agility. The current Vantage proves that smart partnerships can make great cars even better, while still maintaining brand identity. It's the most technologically advanced Vantage ever, yet still feels unmistakably like an Aston Martin. 4. The Vantage has always been the driver's choice in the Aston Martin range. While DB models focus on luxury grand touring, the Vantage has always been the pure sports car in Aston's lineup. The original was nicknamed the son of DB4 GT for its racing intentions. In the 1980s, the Vantage was the basis for fearsome racing cars like the V8 Vantage RHAM/1 that could outrun Porsche 911 turbos. The modern V8 Vantage continued this tradition with special editions like the N430 and GT8 that stripped out weight and added track-focused features. The current model takes this even further. It's the only Aston Martin available with a manual transmission, a 7-speed dogleg gearbox, showing its commitment to driving purists. On track, the Vantage has proven itself against rivals like the Porsche 911, with the Vantage GT4 being one of the most successful cars in GT racing history. What makes the Vantage special is how it delivers its performance, not with sterile perfection, but with character and feedback that makes every drive an event. The steering talks to you, the engine responds to every throttle input, and the chassis communicates exactly what's happening at the limit. In an era of increasingly digital sports cars, the Vantage remains refreshingly analog in feel while still offering modern performance. 5. The V12 Vantage exists as the ultimate expression of power. For those who find the V8 too restrained, Aston Martin has periodically created V12 engine Vantages that represent the ultimate in power madness. The 2009 V12 Vantage stuffed the DB9 6.0 LV12 into the smaller Vantage body, creating a 510 horsepower monster. The current V12 Vantage takes this to another level with 690 horsepower, making it the most powerful Vantage ever. These V12 models aren't just about straight-line speed, they represent the purest form of the Vantage philosophy. All that power in such a compact body creates an incredibly intense driving experience, with explosive acceleration and a spine-tingling V12 howl. Yet they still handle like proper sports cars, not just straight-line missiles. The V12 Vantage proves that sometimes more is more. It's the ultimate expression of what happens when Aston Martin removes all restraints from the Vantage concept. Limited production numbers ensure these V12 models will become future classics, representing the peak of naturally aspirated performance before electrification takes over. They serve as a reminder that at its heart, the Vantage has always been about delivering maximum driving thrills in the purest possible form. The Aston Martin V8 Vantage represents the soul of the brand in its purest form. Across 3 generations spanning over 40 years, it has consistently delivered what true sports car enthusiasts want: thrilling performance wrapped in beautiful design, with that unique British character no other brand can replicate. From saving the company to dominating racetracks, the Vantage has played every role while staying true to its core identity as the driver's choice in the Aston Martin range. What makes the Vantage special isn't just its specifications, but how it makes you feel, that perfect balance of excitement and elegance that defines the best British sports cars. In an automotive world increasingly focused on technology and numbers, the Vantage remains refreshingly focused on the raw emotion of driving. Whether in classic V8 form or as the modern AMG-powered incarnation, the Vantage continues to prove that Aston Martin can build world-class sports cars that thrill just as much as they impress. It's this enduring appeal that ensures the Vantage name will always have a special place in automotive history. And you, would you have one of these? Comment and subscribe.